Yes, ma'am. Oh, on it. So I'm recording today so that those students who are absent can get an idea of what's happening. Is there anyone gone from class today? Jaden. Thank you. Anybody else? Autumn. I don't know if Autumn's here. The reason I'm having you do this science starter today is because I told you that I would give you some exercises for those of you starting track to kind of shape up your legs so that they're ready for the increased impacts on your shins and prevent shin splints. It's also beneficial if you find yourself sitting a lot, as students do. Your muscles tend to atrophy if you don't use them, so this is a good way to get some use into them and get some good blood flow. But what it's doing is it's stretching and strengthening the muscles in your calves, but also those that wrap around to your shins. And what happens when you get shin splints is those muscles start to tear away from the bone, and it's them regrowing back and reattaching that hurts so much. So if you can stretch them out and you can make them stronger, you can prevent some of that tearing when you first start to do that. So one thing you can do is just rolling your ankles, rotating them one way and then the other. The other thing you can do this, they recommend 3 times a day, is you can do the ABCs. Draw the ABCs with your toe. You get the full range of motion. Go ahead and try a couple letters with one foot. And if you're doing the full range, my ankles actually get tired. Switch over to the other leg now. Go through a couple letters in the alphabet. So if you're sitting in class and you're just reading a book, you could go through these sorts of exercises 3 times a day before you fall asleep at night. They're good for you. Okay, on to today. So I have a class challenge for you. All hands on deck. Class challenge is to meet the goal of a sustainable ecosystem. Okay, so what does sustainability mean? Yup.
It's able to keep going.
Able to keep going. Okay, so when we're talking about an ecosystem, what does that mean inside an ecosystem? Go ahead, Grace.
You mean what in an ecosystem?
In an ecosystem, what does sustainability mean?
I don't know.
Try.
People the living organisms in the environment.
Do what?
Live?
Yeah. Continue to live, right? Keep
Yeah.
going. Okay. So our goal with our simulation is to keep things alive. Okay. In Mono Lake, well, first, what's the difference between a food chain and a food web? Ben?
One's a specific set of animals transferring energy to each other.
Yeah.
One's a large array of animals transferring energy to big themselves with everybody.
Everybody, okay. So a food web is all the interactions, right? A food chain is the feeding interactions between certain organisms. From Mono Lake, what is one example of a feeding chain? Of a food chain? Yep. Shrimp and algae. Follow the chain down. Algae, shrimp. What's next?
The gull.
California gull, and then
the coyote.
The coyote. Oh, you noticed I already have it on the board. Perfect. Okay, so this is the food chain we're going to concentrate on. Our example from Mono Lake. So algae gives their energy to brine shrimp gives their energy to the California gull gives their energy to the coyote. The simulation we're going to set up, you will each be playing a role. Okay, I'll assign them. So brine shrimp, you will wear a yellow band, which you'll find up there. California gull, you'll be wearing an orange band, and coyote, you'll be wearing a blue band. Okay, and what's going to happen is the brine shrimp can only eat algae. Okay? The algae is the pasta that's spread all over the floor. Okay? They will fill their stomach, which is a plastic baggie. Okay? And so in order for a brine shrimp to fill their stomach, they need to fill the plastic baggie to the bottom line. I have that drawn up here. Okay? So the bottom line is the brine shrimp means their belly is full. When they fill their belly and it's all the way full, then they should stop. Okay? And a California gull will come up to them. Those are the people with the orange bands, and they will tap them on the shoulder. That will be how they indicate that they're eating them. At that point, the brine shrimp will dump the contents of their stomach into the gull's bag, okay, and then go sit down with their stomach empty, right? Wait for the simulation to end, okay? Now, the California gull and the coyote need to have their stomachs full to the top line, which means they probably need to eat 2 or 3 of the organism below them in order to fill up. So, California gull will be filling their tummy up, and a coyote will come around and be like, hey, you're toast. They will empty their contents in the stomach of the coyote, okay? And when the coyote's tummy is full, we're good. You guys have 2 minutes to do this. There are some safety rules. There is no running, okay? There is no grabbing and gobbling. There is no eating any of the material. This material is all over 10 years old. Okay, and I've picked up handfuls that has hair stuck in it. Just don't. Yeah, gross.
I really wanted to eat my bracelet.
So, we will do that, and then after 2 minutes, we'll talk about the numbers. We'll talk about how things went. Don't try and avoid getting eaten. The goal is not to survive yourself. The goal is, as a team, as a class, to get to sustainability. By the end of 2 minutes, there's our sustainable goal. We need to have at least 2 brine shrimp, at least 2 gulls, and at least 1 coyote full and alive.
Wait, so like a coyote can only get its food from the shrimp, so like they have to kill 2 shrimp.
No, a coyote can only get its food from a gull. Look at this line here. Look at that. Look, nope, you're not looking in the right spot. There you go, in the middle.
Yeah.
A coyote can only eat a gull. A gull can only eat a shrimp, and the shrimp can only eat the pasta.
So it have to eat. Oh, okay, they're the same.
Yes, sir.
If you're a coyote or a California gull, do you have to wait till the one below you's stomach is full?
You should. If you don't, you might find out what happens, because I imagine some people will pay attention, and that's okay. We'll just see what happens.
Nice.
Are there any other questions?
Don't run away screaming.
So can we
beg
just
too much.
walk up to one pile and just fill it?
Yeah, I should have 10 to 12 piles laying around. And actually, this is a bigger class, so I think I'm going to add just a little bit more pasta. So when I give you your armband color, notice they're listed there, yellow, orange, and blue. You can come up and get your band. Have a friend tie it on your arm or wrist, okay? And tie it so it's removable because we'll do a couple rounds of this. Yes, ma'am.
What's a Carter ass?
A Carter asked if you could walk up to 1 pile and eat off of 1 pile.
No, I asked you.
Oh, you asked that? Carter, what did you ask then?
I asked if we could eat animals that didn't have their stomachs full.
That didn't have their stomachs full. So remember, the goal is sustainable, right? Okay, let me give you your things, right? So yellow, pay attention, yellow, orange, blue. Yellow, orange, blue, 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 yellow, orange, blue.
Yellow.
Oh, I'm orange. I'm not orange.
Man, you're just like, I eat you.
She said orange.
You
Aaron,
she said
yellow, orange, blue bracelet.
What?
I thought I was orange.
And the stomachs are in the middle table for
I'm
you. You
also
are
blue. Oh, I am blue.
I started just with
It was yellow right now.
Or dry.
Grab some, sit down.
Go grab a stomach. That's something I thought I'd only hear in biology. Go grab a stomach and sit down.
Grab a stomach and sit down.
No, I'll just do that real quick.
It didn't work to have that on there.
I've grabbed my stomach and feel
Carter, who are you eating?
I didn't get a stomach.
Nope.
No cannibalism.
Well, not the same. Okay. Please raise your hand with a straight elbow if you are brine shrimp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Please raise your hand if you're California gull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me try that again. Keep your hands raised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Raise your hand if you're a coyote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's perfect. Okay. Any questions before we begin our first simulation? I'm setting the timer on my phone. Remember the rules. Please do not.
I need a bag.
Oh.
You didn't get a stomach.
Ben, I am Carter. And then you just you're eating. And you have like nothing in your bag.
Remember the rules. If you're not going to follow the rules, I will remove you from the simulation. Which means you will leave the classroom. On your marks, get set, go.
I get the new one.
I'm already eating her.
Yeah.
No, you guys die. This is not the goal. That's good.
Hey, I slipped. Run! It's not cool.
That's fun.
I don't
It's
understand.
close enough.
Yeah.
Of the Carter. It doesn't matter if you're not free. I beat out.
Oh, dang.
Thanks for eating the
Avery, that didn't work. Can you guys, like, fix that?
What happened?
They spilled.
They spilled.
Yeah.
You should let it
Eating have a seat.
Wait, what are
those?
I'm very Yeah, what happened there?
Okay, could you please come to the center if you're still alive? Okay. Here we go. Grace, you did not have a chance to eat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you starved. You didn't have a chance to eat. You starved. You didn't have a chance to eat. You starved. Yep. Our goal did not have enough. Yep, you starved.
He starved.
Please stop talking. Are you a coyote?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, you starved.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so have a seat. In order to move through this simulation, when we start talking as a whole class, and I'm giving instructions like this, you need to listen. We need to move on. You guys are a little behind because of all our, shenanigans with stuff. So I'm going to try and make it through the entire simulation today. I need more cooperation. We are left with 3 coyotes. Here's what I'd like you to do. Go ahead and have a seat for now. Open to page 19 of your lab binder. Stop talking. Open to page 19 of your lab binder.
Yes, me.
That was the first simulation. Your start numbers are 7, 7, and 7. What is our final numbers? What did we end with?
I don't know.
0, 0, 0.
Okay, our final is 0, 0, 3. Did we hit our sustainability goal?
No.
No. Okay. Talk at your tables about why not, and what can we do to improve.
We need to let have more of the shrimp and bowls. And then maybe less like have less coyotes. I don't know. Well, I mean the coyote. Well, the brine shrimp. Something's going on with the brine shrimp and the bowls. Either they're eating too much.
Hey Ben.
Or
Ben. Ninja. Or like benching like Ninja Turtles. I really don't understand.
Alright, who got some suggestions? Oh my. Okay. Danny, what you got?
We need less of coyotes and California gulls.
Less coyotes and less California gulls. Okay, Emily, what do you think?
Before the coyotes eat the California gulls, you have to make sure the California gulls are full.
So you have to make sure we're full. Where did this come from? I'm sorry.
They can't really do that in the wild.
We have to make sure they're full. Did anybody take food from an organism when they weren't full? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that kind of creates a problem because we don't give them a chance to eat up all the resources.
Well, the brine shrimp died really fast.
Yeah, we have to save them.
We have to
Yeah,
like
like-
We have to save the brine shrimp.
I only found 2 gulls that had cabin salmon.
The
Yeah,
brine
Avery
shrimp
and Taylor,
were like, oh,
but-
what dead?
Whose bag is this?
You did.
All right. What else? Go ahead.
Let only 2 gulls eat first, and then let any brine shrimp that can die off, let them eat. And then move on.
Oh, so you want to restrict the timing. Let's play with the numbers first.
Let the brine shrimp eat more.
We have to like get all the noodles off the floor.
We only need 2 coyotes.
Everyone wants their bags full. That's the thing that
Whose is this?
We need 2
Not just saying
coyotes.
Did I return all the noodles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Wouldn't it be helpful if we all separated, have the brine shrimp go in first, eat everything, and then have 2 brine shrimp sit out? Let all the gulls eat all the brine shrimp, except for the ones that are 2 left. Have 2 gulls sit out, and then have the coyotes come and eat the rest of the gulls.
Helpful but realistic.
I mean, if you need more,
Because they
Can
all
the
eat
brine
at the same
shrimp
time.
eat more than
But
their
in
stomachs
reality-
being full?
In an ecosystem, would there only be 7 brine shrimp?
yeah, there's gonna be more. We need to change the numbers.
There's gonna be
in
more
the
than in a
ecosystem.
different area than I'm getting.
Yeah, I think we need more shrimp and less coyotes.
Okay,
We
more shrimp and less coyotes.
Yes.
Let's play with the numbers. How can we change the numbers? Yes, sir?
We only technically need 2 coyotes because they aren't getting, or 1 coyote actually, because they aren't technically getting eaten by anything.
Do we want to limit it down to 1 coyote?
I would do
Yeah.
2.
I would do
I would
two.
say 1.
2. Why 2?
One. You
We
only
only
need
need
one.
1. They can't eat.
Because they might starve.
But like, there's not just 1 coyote.
Yeah.
Could be.
I'd say 2. Well, none of this is.
This ain't real,
Well, if this were real, then we'd bring in real coyotes.
But technically, you have to have two for that.
Okay, give me some suggestions. So I heard 1 to 2 coyotes. 2 to 2. So a suggestion for 2 coyotes. What about our gulls and brine shrimps?
3
Um,
gulls.
4.
5
I would say
goals.
5.
5 goals.
5 gulls.
And the
And
rest
the
of
rest
it.
are shrimp.
Do that, then bring up
That
the
means
coyotes.
14 shrimp.
If we're gonna do this, then bring up the coyotes.
No, because we
No.
don't
No.
have
No.
We don't need any coyotes.
I think
No,
we
we
do.
don't.
One coyote.
We only
One
need
coyote.
1 coyote with full stomach.
I would put 6. No, I feel like we don't have enough noodles.
If we have
for all
2
those shrimp.
coyotes,
Yeah,
then
the
they
noodles
need to
aren't a
eat
part of this.
like 2
Yeah, it
California
is.
rolls.
Yeah, noodles. So you want to do 6 here?
Yes.
Did you hear what Georgia said? So how many gulls does a coyote need to eat?
1.
Sometimes they need to eat 2 if we're not quite all the way full.
But
So we only need
my reasoning is though, why do we need
California roll. No, we need
No,
like
no.
4.
Four.
I said
4.
But Georgia's saying sometimes 4's not gonna cut it for 2 coyotes.
No, that's why we have 5.
That's why you have 5. Georgia's suggesting bump it up to 6 just to be safe.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
that's taking away.
But
a
yeah,
prime
I
How
would-
many shrimp? How many people do we have and how many
Get
shrimps?
rid of the other coyote.
no, I would do 6
Yeah, get rid
too,
of
and
one of the
however many
coyotes.
left.
We don't
It'd
need
be 13.
coyotes.
How about 13?
With these 2 numbers right here, it'd
That's
be
what,
14.
yeah.
Do we have enough?
So 13 and 6?
So what you're suggesting, 13 and 6?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna run this at least 2 more times, so let's give this a try, shall we? Alright, so coyotes, hold up your hands.
I can't write it. I want to.
So
That's why you wanted to bring
I need 5 down. Okay, so shrimp, 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 shrimp. So that's 5 coyotes converting to shrimp. Trade out your armbands. Gulls, hold up your things. All right, I saw you first. You're shrimp. Everybody wants to be the coyote. I don't understand. Shrimp got the best deal.
I was already the shrimp. That's why I wanted to be something else.
Can you turn this on? Not
It's like one
Oh,
of
that's
it.
right.
So then what's the new starting numbers?
13, 6.
Okay, so the new starting numbers are 13, 6, and 2. Hey, in the rules, could you write down that we need to eat till we're full and we need to hold off on eating until they're full? We'll try. It seems like it gets kind of complicated. All right, any questions about what we're doing? I see you've already recorded the start numbers. Okay, I'm going to set my timer. Ready, set, go.
Guys, we should have 2 bulls stand up by Mitch's red and
No. Bulls do not get to coordinate efforts. Hey, you go eat that, guys. Just eat when you see somebody's full. There's more pasta over here. There's some pasta over here if you need it.
I just got murdered in cold blood.
This is ridiculous.
I'm standing up here.
I need just a little bit more.
I got a brine shrimp. There's a brine shrimp.
Hi, Rue didn't get to eat me, Aaron did.
I have this.
I ain't even good.
Just switch bags. Switch bags.
Oh yeah. You did keep my mind then.
I don't. You're dead.
Alright, I need
Kayla left. Go eat.
you.
You need one more brine shrimp.
Where's the coyote?
We're not running. That's not the goal.
I'm not running along.
I feel like we don't have enough.
We have
I feel like we have enough brine
Are
shrimp, but we
you
don't have
full?
enough California.
Yeah, we need. Where are the coyotes?
What are you?
The coyotes are full. And we're full. Okay.
We have to eat, or else he's just gonna die.
Travis is done.
Travis already dead.
No, I know.
Brine
I'm
shrimp do we
good.
have?
Oh, hey, where's our shrimp? Go eat 'em.
Landon over here.
Doesn't Cody have a shrimp?
Wait, only one? Wait, no, Cody's here.
Hold on, we need Landon. Stop, hold on.
No,
It's too late.
he is being eaten. That's it.
Cody, you are a shrimp.
Survival of the
We need
fittest.
another shrimp.
Get what happens.
Okay, let's see what we have left over.
More Cody.
Come on to the center, please.
Needed two.
There we go. Ready?
Landon
I feel like
wants to
we
go
have
and get you.
2 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to each other, please. All right, brine shrimp, hold up your bags. Straight elbow. No, only the living ones. All right, Cody survived. Just one. Goals, hold up your bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then coyotes, how many survived?
2.
2. So our numbers here for our second round are 1, 4, and
And
2.
two.
Survival? Okay, write these numbers down. talk in your groups about what we can do to modify the numbers.
I feel like we should go with the California gold thing to the brine shrimp because we need the brine shrimp to beat the California gold. We need to beat the coyote. So yeah.
Okay, so my idea, one coyote. We only need one fish.
Yeah, that's what
Coyote.
Two coyotes. There's not just gonna be one coyote.
Well, we're not thinking that.
Yes.
We're not. This is a like. Okay, we're in bio.
we should go less shrimp, more coyote. Or less shrimp, less goals, more shrimp.
Yeah.
Well, then what is it?
Yeah.
The coyote is
Why is that?
I don't.
What?
Eat them. Don't eat.
Oh, bad. I think we only have one.
Alright.
Die by
If one person from your group raise your hand, tell us your idea. What are we thinking?
I'm not. You guys.
Okay, Tristan, listen to each other, please.
Our group said that there might be too many California goals, so we were thinking to lower them to 4, and then
Too many goals.
yeah, and have more brine shrimp.
Too many goals. More brine shrimp. Where are these?
I think.
Who's missing a
Coyote. One.
No.
And they
Get
can't
rid of
do
a
this.
shrimp.
So when it's full, it's taking away. That's just taking away goals we need.
Okay, hey, we got 2 coyotes.
Yes.
And Tristan, what did you say about the goals?
4 of them. To only have 4.
4, and then the rest are brine shrimp. Someone do the math. 15. Thanks. Fast. Okay. Thoughts?
But let's say a
But
coyote.
if a coyote is going to eat a gull, there's 2. All the California gulls are going to be gone, and we still need 2 left.
No, because the coyote and the California gull have the same size stomach.
Exactly.
So you only need 2 California gulls to fill up one coyote.
We just
Or
have to
one
find
goal,
one
one
way.
coyote, or one goal.
That's if the goal is full.
We have to make
But you only
we
get
have
one
to
goal.
wait.
Okay.
You can only eat the gold if it's full. It's a rule they have to be full.
Hey,
Is not
what would happen if we did this?
one.
Would we be sure to make our sustainable goal?
Yes.
Yes, but
Because we can
We're not looking
And
for
then we're looking for sustainability.
No.
Okay.
Why?
And
Why?
so, hey, do we put that here or here?
I say put out the goal.
Put it at
The
the
shrimp.
goals, yeah.
The shrimp.
No, put it at the shrimp because we already have
then
it.
Tell me why I would put it in the shrimp. Go ahead.
Because the coyote won't need 4 California goals to fill it.
So we won't even need 4.
You could
Okay.
survive with just 2.
I go.
4, yeah, you would need. You
Wait,
need 3.
But
You
here's
need
what.
3. You need 3.
If we
Okay.
put 2 goals or 4 goals and 2 coyotes, then that would be an even out too.
Yeah, but do we need 2?
To make a mating pair, you need 1.
But we're not looking for realism.
Yeah, we're looking for that sustainable guide, and I'm gonna show you why in a little bit. I get what you're saying, and I'm glad you brought that up. We do need 2 for mating, right, to sustain the population. We're gonna talk about ratios in just a second. For the sake of this simulation, will these numbers work?
Yes.
Will we be guaranteed to have 1 coyote?
Yes.
Will we be guaranteed to have 2 gulls?
Yes.
And will we be guaranteed to have 2 shrimp?
Might be.
I hope so.
Yes.
Can we give it a try?
Yeah.
All right, let's roll.
So we need to lower the
You need to add one more.
Yeah.
to the
Oh,
shrimp.
so we're gonna make this a 3,
Yeah.
Yes.
and we're gonna make this a 16.
So
Have a
it'd be
seat.
17.
And you need to.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we doing
It would
it?
have been 16-4-1.
It's 16-4-1. No, time out.
If you want to do
16,
3, it would be
3,
1 through 17.
So, do we want to keep this at 4, or do we
I'd
want
say
to?
keep
Three.
it at 4.
Three.
Keep it at
Let's
4
raise
just
your
in
hand
case.
if you want this to stay at 3. Raise your hand. You want it to stay at 3. Raise your hand. If you want it to go up to 4, raise your hand. Alright,
Well,
so let's
get
see what
ready.
happens. Okay. Who are my coyotes? Okay, you're out. Dropping you down to a brine shrimp. Who were my gulls? Okay, you and you, brine shrimp. Trade out. Stop laughing. It's fine. Good to be a brine shrimp.
Man. Avery might solo Brian. Or you can go.
Yep.
Okay. Are you ready for the 3rd round? Okay, my timer is set. On your marks, get set, go.
I'm just gonna, grab some over here.
I'm going.
What? I'm not. Take my bag. Wasn't exactly full. I'm quite a large shrimp, and I wasn't exactly full.
I like how half the time when someone sees a less, like say, coyote sees a gold, they go ham. Just without looking at the head. It's like, why just instantly, like, I had like half the thing, I just really hey, eat this person.
There's noodles over here. Get your noodles.
My strategy was to just hide under the table. Didn't work. Hey, eat this person. Somebody eat Benji. Eat this person.
What are you doing? Hold your bag. You're better. See where you're at. Okay, you're done.
I haven't survived any of these times. I've been all 3 times people have failed. If I could have won, I would have ran.
Another brunch. Are you
I
full?
would have been a winner.
Yeah, that was
High five.
Stop
Okay,
being
well, you're mean.
Wait,
How many Tulsa Eagles do you have?
no, I have 3.
I would
Okay.
have survived, but the first goal that
Quiet, please. Can I see where we're at? Come to the center of the room, please. If you have food in your belly.
I would have survived. But
I
the
had
first
a really-
goal
I had a
that
really-
saw
I
me
did
was
the
that
old
Let's stand here and turn around and face your classmates so we can see what's going on. Raise your hand if you're a shrimp. Raise your baggie if you're a shrimp. Let's check them out. Please stop. Hold still. Straight elbows. So we got 1, 2, 3. Stop moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Grace, I'm not so sure you're full.
dead.
I got food in my bag.
I'm not so sure
not
you're all the
full.
way up to your. Yeah, no, she's okay. All right, Cody, I'm not so sure you're full.
He's tipping over, that's why.
I know. Can you straighten it out? Let's make sure you're full. Okay, great. So what did we end up with? 6 brine shrimp?
Yep.
Okay. Are we meeting our goal there at or above?
Bob.
Okay, how about the goals? How many goals do we have left? 3. Nice job. And how many coyotes do we have? 1. So our 1 survived. Did we meet our goal?
Yes.
All right, write these numbers down. If you would be so kind as to distribute your noodles, I'd appreciate that. There are 12 piles. Spread them out. Don't give
I
them
got
all.
unfull I got this.
We're going to do it again.
We are?
Sure you spread them out. I need a pile over there. We got a pile. How about the pile from back there? Okay, great. So, talk to me about what you noticed about these members. Go ahead, Grace.
That we lost more shrimp than like California Gold, and then we only lost one California Gold, and then we didn't lose any.
Okay, so we lost a lot of brine shrimp. We had a lot of brine shrimp.
We had to eat all of them to fill everyone up.
Well, a lot of them didn't get enough food to survive.
And some of them didn't get enough food to survive. Okay, so here's these numbers written out in a different way. Check it out. 16, 4, 1.
That's a ratio.
It absolutely is a ratio. Okay, so we have a 16 to 4 to 1. Is it an even ratio? No, we have way more brine shrimp than we do California gulls.
Yes.
And technically we got way more gulls than we do coyotes. But we hit our sustainability goal, right? Okay. Do you think that we could simulate that again? Do you think we could recreate these numbers, these results again? Yeah? Good. Then we won't, because we need to move on. I'm going to change the game. I'm going to add more food. Good news.
Belly juice.
Okay? You are getting a different kind of algae.
Jelly bean.
Rules for this. Okay? Write down under rules. Jelly beans added. We're round 4. We're not going to change the numbers, so our start numbers will be the same. Also add, do not eat the jelly beans. That is a rule that will get you kicked out of the game. All right? So bags at the ready. I'm going to distribute the jelly beans. When brine shrimp, when you eat brine shrimp, you need to even it out. You can't just cherry pick the jelly beans. Okay, so you were just getting your food like normal. Please stop talking. Yeah, you gotta eat the pasta and the jelly beans. Working on it.
There's 2 on
Ben, you going for this pile?
Nope. That was
Going for that pile, right?
What? Nope. What?
You going for this pile?
Actually, I'm doing it.
I'll go for this.
Stay away.
Carter, you back up. I see you.
Okay. Do you understand brine shrimp about eating the jelly beans and the pasta?
Yes.
Okay, it's just the same sort of deal. Rules apply. Ready, set, go. That is not okay. Hey, Cody. Time to start eating. Okay. You just eat like normal. Eat your brine shrimp.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
I miss the jelly beans.
Oh.
Done? Done? Okay, come to the center of the room. Ben.
You got eaten by a cat too?
I get like you two are removed. Come over here. Come over here. Yeah.
What did I do?
This is what's doing. So you are full, and you are brine shrimp, and you were hiding. Is that the purpose of the simulation?
I can't. How many grams do I have?
Over the line.
Yeah, but we need you.
Yeah, you,
How many grams do you?
you're going to ruin the experiment. Where are the goals?
You're already full.
Are you full?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I thought I was gonna eat her.
Yep, go for it.
I'm a little.
Are you full? Don't put it back. Just
Girls gotta
come.
eat.
come over.
Is anybody else hungry?
Are we done? Everybody pull up. Come to the center. Go ahead. Go to the center.
Nobody caught that pile.
Yeah. Go to the center. All right. Brine shrimp, please raise up. So brine shrimp, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Gulls, please raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. And coyote, 1. So go ahead and record those numbers.
They're still the same.
Not yet. Don't dump your bags. You ate some algae. Don't literally eat the jelly beans.
Yeah, I thought you meant like
Oh no! Did anybody not eat because of that? Okay, good. All right.
I was assuming you put them there.
Hey, so this was our 4th time around. This was our 4th time around. Those of you with food still in your stomachs, I need you to count out the jelly beans and separate them. We'll put them back in their container. So count the jelly beans. When you're done, raise your hand and let me know how many jelly beans you have and what you are.
What were the numbers?
Same. It was 6, 3, and 1.
I got it.
That's almost 2. Come on, that's almost 2.
I have a scattered jelly.
Count it.
Little red crumb.
Really sharp. It's in front of your and your friend. Yes.
I have 15.
That hurt so bad.
I still jelly bean. Where do I?
Oh, there's like 2.
No, what was it, 31? What are you? Okay, 31.
22.
What are you? You're both 22?
Yep.
I don't want
We're stuck inside a
Where's my other goal?
Wow, what is the brine shrimp?
And your
Did you just only eat jelly beans?
Hold on.
What's my other goal?
McKenna, she's coming.
35.
Okay.
You must have only ate jelly
Okay, there are a few outliers.
How did a gull eat more than the coyote?
What pattern do you see on these numbers, if any?
Your brains.
Okay, not everybody's paying attention. Yes, ma'am?
The goal has the most.
Okay. So okay, of my goals, raise your hand. How many brine shrimp did you eat?
I ate 3.
Okay. You ate 3?
2.
2. Okay. Coyote, how many did you eat?
I ate 1 goal.
You ate 1 goal. Okay. So, that one, who did you eat? Do you remember? Kayla. And how many shrimp did you eat? 2. Okay. So, of those, sometimes your belly wouldn't be quite full by just eating 2. Sometimes you got to get that 3rd. So sometimes gulls have more, and that's where we get the numbers here. What do you notice about the difference between, let's take out our big outliers, okay? We're going to eliminate that one, we're going to eliminate that one. What do you notice about these?
They relatively go up.
They go up. They go up. Our lower scale ones here, there's more jelly beans in the gulls. And coyote didn't work out this time, but in other classes I've seen coyote be the highest number of jelly beans. So the bad news is that algae was produced because of a pollutant, because of a toxin introduced into the water system.
So now we ate that.
So now all the gulls and the coyotes are all dying.
Yes. And then look what it does to our top predator. Okay? You've read about this process before. What's it called?
Wasn't it?
What's the process called?
Bioaccumulation.
Please copy that vocab word down. Bioaccumulation.
On the back of that page or in the front?
On the back, it's fine. Bioaccumulation is the process by which toxins accumulate in bodies of predators. Example, jelly beans. Thank you. Oh my. Please finish copying it and then you're good to go.